Ngozi Fulani gets Lady Susan Hussey sacked. Is she a Meghan Markle sleeper agent? Was this racist scandal set up by Meghan Markle? Buckingham Palace guest Ngozi Fulani said she was left feeling violated after Prince William's godmother interrogated her about where she was from at a reception on Tuesday, despite her making clear she was British. Royal expert Richard Eden claimed that a very common problem may have played a part in the domestic abuse campaigner's fateful exchange with Lady Susan Hussey. Like many people of her age, Lady Susan is rather hard of hearing, one of her friends tells me. It's like that her deafness contributed to the problem she had that day, and may perhaps help explain the stilted nature of the conversation. The friend adds, it was a very noisy room, with lots of people, so she may not have heard as much as she usually would have. Lady Susan 83 served as Queen Elizabeth's right-hand woman for 62 years, before being given the honorary position of Lady of the Household by King Charles and Queen Camilla. Miss Fulani accused Lady Susan of moving her hair in order to look at a name badge and asking her, "What part of Africa are you from?" when she replied that she came from Hackney. On Wednesday, after Miss Fulani published details of the conversation on social media, Buckingham Palace announced that Lady Susan was resigning her post and expressed her profound apologies for the offence caused. Sources have told this newspaper that while there was no doubt the comments were made, absolutely no malice was intended. Lady Susan, widow of former BBC chairman Lord Hussey, has offered to meet Miss Fulani during a string of media appearances. Miss Fulani described the palace meeting as a form of abuse. Shortly after Lady Susan tendered an apology, pro-monarchy experts and journalists questioned Ngozi's controversial commentary on royal family and sought explanation over her past statements. While it is terrible that Ngozi was made to feel uncomfortable at Buckingham Palace, it's surely the duty of any journalist to point out she's previously accused Charles and Camilla of domestic violence towards Meghan. A shocking and unproven claim, said journalist Dan Wooten. But YouTuber, according to Taz, claimed that Ngozi Fulani wasn't even invited. Ngozi has said that Meghan was a victim of domestic abuse by the royal family. She clearly hates the royal family. Why was she even there? She was clearly smiling, socialising, and happy after the said trauma. And the timing of this is convenient. Such an accurate account. Did she record it perhaps? Moreover, people pointed out that Meghan's photographer is also in Sister Space campaign of Ngozi Fulani. They knew each other and Ngozi has connections with Meghan Markle. Some royal fans defended Lady Susan against these allegations, with one saying Ngozi was dressed in traditional African attire but didn't want to talk about her African heritage. There's a lot to this story that seems odd. In fact, it reeks of Meghan Markle. Another suggests that it's a setup. One fumed, "How dare she say Meg's was the royal family's victim of domestic violence? I've seriously had enough of this now. As someone who's been involved in domestic violence incidents and also suffered with suicidal illnesses, I'm just becoming more wound up and disgusted every day that Meg's pushes people to think she was suicidal and domestically violently abused. She doesn't have the first clue." A Twitter user commented, "Lady Susan didn't make racist comments. She simply saw a name she didn't recognise and wanted to know which ethnicity bore the name. Ngozi could have done us proud by saying that she's a proud Igbo descendant, but no. Where you see racism, I see racial inferiority."